Good evening, everybody. This is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I'm my host, CmdrAleon. You didn't think I was going to be on tonight, did you? A little bit late, 11:25 p.m. So we'll be on till about 12:30 or 1. We started a little bit late. Welcome, everybody, to the show. And we're glad to have you with us. Hey, Jared. Welcome, everybody. Gary Hass. I was just looking at, on my tablet, some UFO footage, and a lot of stuff going on around the world. Let me see here. And I'm just looking at some footage here. And a lot of these things I've seen around the world, I've never shown them too much because it's hard to say what they are. But there's definitely things going on. And a lot of people are having sightings. A lot of sightings happening. Let's see here. The problem with some of these is that you don't see them as clearly as you wish to, but there are some things happening. Well, actually, this is pretty good. I might show you guys this. I'm going to start showing you some videos, some spaceship videos, but there's a lot of stuff that is happening. Hey, Frequencies, everything, good to see you. Hey, Chesno, good to see you as well. So let's see, how would I do this? Would I put it like this? Yeah, probably would. If I show you anything tonight, I'll have to take the green screen off. But there is stuff happening. I'm just contemplating here what to show you. I look at a lot of spaceship videos, or what I call UFO videos. And there's a lot of stuff. There's from Goshen, Indiana to Africa. There's a lot of things going on that I look at. Let's see if this is any interesting stuff here. Problem with some of the videos is they're not clear enough or big enough to really see what's going on. And some of the more interesting ones don't have any videos. So what do? There's one from New South Wales, Australia. I'm thinking about. I look at a lot of stuff, folks, you know. Let's see here. If I can show it to you. All right, let's see if this is any good. Problem is, when they zoom in on these videos, they tend to be, unfortunately, when they zoom in, some of the UFO videos are really clear. Some when they zoom in on, hey, Lavola, they're not clear enough to really look at. So yeah, we're going to start showing some spaceship videos during the show. I've always wanted to do that, and I'll probably show one or two as we go moving forward with Encounters, so you can see some of the more interesting spaceships that are being recorded around the world. And if I get good photos, I'll share the photos on here wherever they come from. You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. We'll be with you for a while. And if you're new to the show, welcome. Hey, Starseed, welcome. All the Melissa, everybody out there. And please share and like. We want to get to 100,000 likes. Please follow. Definitely do that as well. And we're going to set our goals tonight as well. We're pinning our goals here so you know what they are. But you can give me any kind of gifts you want. That's up to you. I just always put the hat with the mustache, but you can do any gifting you want, whether it be whales or any of the cool looking things. 7 Starlight 7, welcome Karen Morgan, good to have you with us. And let's get a tar here for you. Sonia, thank you. You know, so it's, if you're new to this show, this is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. We get into everything, into the deepest. Hey, Divine Angel, thank you so much for the heart me. We get into the nitty gritty. We get into the more depth of everything. Sassafras. Tar. Thank you, Sassafras. Dubaloo, thank you for the heart me. I appreciate Dubaloo. I like that name. Dubaloo. That's a good name. Hey, Midnight USA, good to see you. Spiritual War, welcome to the show. Faith, Love, and Fox. Patricia, welcome, Patricia. Divine Angel, thank you for the team bracelets. I appreciate it. I hope they don't weigh down my arm. I'm putting all those bracelets on. It's gonna, I'm gonna have to put them on both arms. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you so much. Good to see you, Divine Angel. Let's see, Blake Peterson, welcome. Let's see who else we got here. Starseed, Scott, welcome, Scott. 77 Starlight 7, thank you for the finger heart. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's a beautiful thing. We appreciate it. You know, we love our audience. You guys are the best. You folks are the best, really. I get the best audience in the world. Hey, B, good to see you. Kathy, Billy C, welcome. Hey, Chosen Enigma, how you doing? Adopt me. A person has a name called Adopt Me. I think we should all adopt me, or adopt him or her. Sassafras, thank you for subscribing for the first time. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. River, welcome. AM, welcome to us here in the PM. Jay Hollett, welcome to the show. Little Leah, hey, Little Leah. Good to see you. User 433. Red, thank you for the lightning bolts. We appreciate it. Good to see you as well. Who do I send a picture of a UFO to have professional opinion on? Send it to me. I've been involved in this thing for years. So I'm going to give you my email on here on the screen, and that goes for anybody. If you have video footage you want me to look at, or if you have UFO photos you want me to examine, I'm very good at that. I used to do TV. I did 2 UFO TV shows. One in we went to over the Sound to Long Island, and we did a thing on Cablevision out in East Long Island for a while to fill in for somebody, and I did TV in Connecticut on a big cable station to Western Connecticut called the Intergalactic TV Network. So I'm really good at this subject matter, and I would love to have it. Omni 2023. Okay, we're going to have to invite some people up here. Omni 2023. I know you don't have enough followers to show any footage, but I'd like you to come up here. If you've actually been recording stuff, and the other person, we'd love to talk to you folks. We actually do interviews here. Hey, One Toyota, thank you. You have to be over 18. No kids on the show, no paranormal discussion, no cursing, no vaping, no smoking, no drugs, no drinking, no drunks, no politics, no religion. I think I covered all the routine here. So how long have I been on Earth? I came here as a child in, right near the 60s, and I've been on Earth for a couple of decades. And I came here on purpose. I didn't remember why I came here when I was a kid, but when I got older, I woke up to my cosmic self. It's like an epiphany, right? So I woke up, and I've been very much connected to the Astral Command, but I didn't know what it was when I was a kid. But I've been on Earth a long time. You know, I've been here. Oh, of course, you kidding me? Hey, Michelle, all the space people of light, all the beautiful people, my family on the ships, everyone from all the planetary worlds of light, all believe in God. God is well known throughout the multiverse. Oh yeah, definitely, I believe in God, but I don't believe in God in a religious way. I believe in God in a galactic way, because in the galactic levels, all the spiritual men and women from other planets and their children believe in God, the Creator. So yeah, universally, yes. Okay, ask them who I am. Oh, you can do that, Michelle, when you meditate. as you watch my show, you'll learn a little bit about how to do that. And we do delve into that too, how to connect with your star family. So yeah, definitely, I'm glad you're here, Michelle. Great question. Thank you. I believe a woman as the creator. So the creator of all life is just God. It's neither man nor woman. It's just God. But women are the creator of life. With us, of course, there's no separation. Life is life, you know. How did you learn from humans? Well, when I came here, I went to school, I went to college, I did all the things humans do, and that's how I learned from humans. But I also saw my space family, in general speaking terms, when I was a kid in the 60s. So I saw men and women in light blue spacesuits in a flying saucer when I was a kid. And when I had that experience, I didn't know what Ashtar was. I didn't know what a UFO was or anything. But when I had that experience, it changed my life as a kid growing up before I was a teenager. When I got older, I understood who I was. Of course, I had many sightings of spaceships or UFOs, and I got a better understanding of things. And in my journey, I met some beautiful souls. My dear cosmic mom, Ashtar Athena in California, who wrote for CmdrAleon for many years. And I wrote for CmdrAleon, if anyone's familiar with it. I wrote for that magazine for several years. And then I went off of that and went into radio. I did the radio show in the 70s. I was doing college radio or community radio in Vermont. And I had sightings in Vermont where I was. And then I went on to Wesleyan University. I've been there for 21 years doing an NPR Pacifica radio show called Ashtar Command Radio on a legitimate radio station. So I came out of the closet a lot of years ago. Yeah. So, and I'm happy to answer questions about my journey. If people have questions about, how I got where I am, by all means, ask me. People don't ask me that much, so yeah. I love the show. So, I know, Lavolia, you're not going to be disruptive. If you ask me a question, I can answer all questions. I don't take it as a disruption, but an educational learning experience. And any question you ask me is educational. And maybe it's something to ask just to have validation, Lavola, for yourself, So no problem. And Michelle, yes, go right ahead. As a matter of fact, Michelle, we're going to bring you up on the show here. What we like to do is interview people, and we'd love to have you on here. And actually, you have a lot of followers. So Michelle, if you'd like to come up here and turn your camera on, we'd love to have you on as our first guest. See, we're a very friendly host. I've been doing radio for so long, and I've had experiences. So we love people. We love everybody. So we'd love to bring you up here. If you wish to come up, press the guest option. We'll bring up Michelle up on the show. We're going to have an interesting show tonight, I can see. I'll give you 5 minutes. Michelle, you will be our first guest. The other person with all the UFO footage will be our second guest. The other person with a photo of what they have will be our third guest if they wish to come up. I believe we're going to have a lot of guests tonight. But that's the way we like it, folks. We like to have a lot of people who want to share their stories. Hey, Maddie's Travel Adventures. I believe you've had some travel adventures. That's why your name is Maddie's Travel Adventures. Good evening. Hey, Hetty, good to see you. Faithfully, good to have you faithfully with us. Everything else, I like that name. See? And I'm not even, I'm like, I just read the name and I said, she has to have some adventures. There's got to be something going on here. My space family, Linda, they have probably done it when I'm sleeping, but they haven't come physically through yet, but I believe that'll happen soon. Great question. I can tell you, hey, Cleo, I can tell you that in the next few months, whether it's the end of this year, I think it's more 2025, some point in 2025, I'll be going off planet. I just don't know when, and I'm comfortable with that notion. I'm not too concerned about when. They all know when to come here and take me off the planet for a little bit. And but I know I'm pretty certain that when they come, I'll know it. I'll be awake. I mean, I'll be physically awake. Great question. Every time they see a threat to exposure to, they shut people down. I'm not sure. Well, I don't know who they're shutting down. I don't see that, at least from my perspective. I know I'm well protected from the Ashtar Command. I'm very well protected. And we've been disclosing stuff since last year on this show. We've had people come forward in high security that have come on my show and disclosed stuff. Hey, Johnny, good to see you, brother. Hope you're feeling better. I know you've been going through a lot, so I hope you're feeling better. Well, Faculty X. So you're not totally incorrect in your theory. Well, it's not really a theory. It's a reality. There's no theory. Inner Earth, what we call the Agartha network, does exist. The inner Earth, the advanced space beings live in our planet, what we call the hollow Earth or the inner Earth. But also understand that those that live inside the planet, Mount Shasta, the city of Telos, the fact is there are extraterrestrials living in other planetary systems. For example, if you take, great comment, Faculty X, if you look at the planet Earth, you would say to yourself, oh, wait a minute, we can't be alone in the universe. The planet Earth can't be the only planet, and it can't be just life within the Earth. If that were the case, then we have a bunch of universes and galaxies and solar systems where nothing existed except within the Earth or on the surface of the planet, right? So you have to look at it from a broader perspective. It's not either or, it's everywhere. Life exists everywhere. When you look at the expansion of life that God created, he created life everywhere in the multiverse, every solar system, every galaxy, every dimension, everywhere, including the inner Earth. It's not even a theory. Admiral Byrd went to the inner Earth, and he wrote a diary about it. There's entrances into the inner Earth in the North and South Pole. There are entrances in other parts of the world to the inner Earth. Okay, so the inner Earth does exist. It's not even a theory. But to those that want to, in the government, make people think it doesn't exist, it does. So you're not wrong at all, but there is also life elsewhere beyond Earth. That is very much my Ashtar Command family. They come from other planets beyond Earth. They're very advanced spiritual beings of light and very loving people. They're men and women. They have children, and they come from beyond planet Earth. So your comment is right, but take the word theory out, and it's not just all plausible, it exists. There's no plausibility or theory, it's all a reality. Good comment. Omni 2023, I woke up one morning with a pyramid-shaped intentions on my wrists and my heart area. Interesting. Omni, we're going to, after I have Michelle up, we're going to be interviewing you. You're going to be an interview on the show. Let's see here. We're going to get Michelle up as soon as she's available. Yeah, there are bases. There are cities within the Earth. There is cities within the Agartha network. There's loads of space people living inside our planet. Linda, can you ask to be taken to space to visit? It doesn't really kind of work that way. There's going to be a time when you'll be able to do that, but it takes a little bit of patience and time, and we should do a whole show about that, I think, one night, about how to go to space. It's not just going to space to go to space. You have to know where you're going. You know, like if you go on a highway and you say, well, do I want to go to California or do I want to go over to, let's say, New Mexico? Where do I want to go? So you have to have a destination. You have to know where you're going in space. So what I'm trying to say is there's a spiritual implication to going in space. There's a cosmic implication to going in space. To go to space, you have to have a destination. But that takes meditation and inner meditation to up the vibration of your physical and mental consciousness. But people can go. It's just that you have to get your level of vibration up to where you know what you're doing, like into a Merkaba state. A Merkaba state, for people that don't know what that is you become a Merkaba. So when you leave your body, which is healthy, and you leave the planet, you go into a Merkaba, you create a spaceship around you, which is called a Merkaba. But it's basically a conscious spaceship. You've created a Merkaba around your body so you can actually travel outside of your body, beyond Earth, into space to some sort of destination, whether it be a planet or somewhere. But you have to know what you're doing in order to do that. People do travel in what we call Merkaba state. There are humans on Earth that have traveled in what you call the Merkaba state. But it takes time. Yeah, Red, we're definitely not alone in the universe. You're correct. Yeah, it's infinite. That's right. Well, I don't know about a Drake equation or not a Drake equation. I don't care about equations. Space is space. When you go off our planet, you're in space. When you go to Mars from Earth, you're traveling in space to get to another planet. Space is just real. God created space. It's everywhere. There are planets within space. There are solar systems within space. Who cares about the Drake equation or whoever Drake was? I don't care. The fact is, I don't come from this planet. So for me, equations don't mean anything. The reality is, everything is just the way it is. Everything exists. There's no ending. There's no beginning. On Earth, we have textbooks where people write these equations and all these different things and theories. Throw that stuff out the window. If I put you on a spaceship in space, you're in space. Very simple. If I go to take you from Earth to planet Zachara, about 2,000 light years away, I'm taking you to planet Zachara from space, leaving Earth going to that planet Zachara. And there might be a planet called Zachara, and I'm just saying it, I have no idea. I'm being very hypothetical. But you don't need any equations. You just need to let go of the brain thinking process, go within yourself, and look at the whole universe as being one vast place of life. And if you can learn to do that and throw all the textbooks out from college and universities, you're going to be much better off. I have seen the light circles. Teresa, interesting. The light circles. Teresa, we're following you. I don't know what the light circles are, but everyone follow Teresa. She's another interesting person. Hey, fishing down the rabbit hole. Good to see you. I see a lot of interesting comments here. A lot of interesting people on here tonight. Yeah, Faculty X, in all respect, I have no idea what that is. And even if I do understand what it is, it wouldn't affect my understanding coming from off planet. Where I come from is beyond Earth. So I come from Mars originally. And in Mars, there's 10 to 15 million inhabitants living on the planet. So my consciousness is beyond Earth-based consciousness. Nanya Beeswax. I like that. Hey, Nanya Beeswax. You're the second person that asked the commander if he believes in God. Yes. So let me expand that. Not only do I believe in God, but all the space beings of light from all the different planets throughout Earth, beyond Earth, that are men and women from other planets that have families, they believe in God too. Most 90% of your planets that have human life that are advanced in spiritual levels, they all believe in the Creator. Yes, so the answer would be yes. Of course, I love God, but I don't love God in the way 3D religions portray God. I love God from outside of religion. I don't believe in religion. I think religion messes people up on this planet big time and distorts the understanding of God, which is universal. But yeah, I do believe in God. Do you think we have been to the moon? Red, very good question. So the moon is actually, and I've talked about the moon before, the moon, for those that don't understand what the moon is or think the moon is real, it's a real object. It was put here millions and millions and millions and millions, say millions and millions and millions of years ago by other spaceships that brought it to this sector, and it's an artificial structure. It's basically an intergalactic station. So on the surface, you would think it looks like this moon, but it's not a real moon. It's actually a fake moon. It's actually inside the moon. What you call the moon is an intergalactic, very active spaceship that had been put over there, and it's put in that position. And there have been documented videos of astronomers seeing objects coming out of the moon. Why are they coming out of the moon? Because the moon is a base. It's an intergalactic base. And there are some things on the surface of that base But it is actually an artificial structure. Let's see here. Daya Eden, good to see you. Who cares about the speed of light or the light of speed? Or you're getting too technical, faculty. Forget the technical stuff. I'm telling you, I've seen spaceships that come in and out of our dimension within 2 seconds. It's, you know, so you have to think outside of the box, outside of the Earth-based brain 3D belief system. And if you can do that, Faculty X, if you believe that there's people living in the Earth, then you have to open your consciousness up to the fact that life exists everywhere. You're just getting too much into an intellectual, technical standpoint when you say speed of light is not sufficient, able to explore the universe. We don't have the ability to explore the universe because we're not advanced technically the way our space brothers and sisters are. They can come here in a nanosecond. There could be a ship over your house in 2 seconds, and then 2 seconds later, bam, it's gone. Why is that? Because they come from a very advanced civilization. On Earth, you don't come from a very advanced civilization. That's the difference. Michelle's ready. We're going to bring Michelle up. Michelle is our first guest, as I promised. And I'm inviting Michelle up here. And I'm so happy to have Michelle with us. And Michelle was our first guest to ask me about God. You know, over my time on TikTok, on my show here, people, Michelle, good evening. Good to see you.
Hey.
Hey. So a lot of people have asked me about God since I've been here for almost 2 years on TikTok doing the show. And yes, not only do I believe in God, but all the space people, my family off planet, they're men and women, they have children, they all believe in God universally on all the other planets of life beyond Earth.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I know God personally, so I was just asking you because I'm having trouble deciding, or like not deciding, because I don't really judge people, but
good.
I know real from fake, and I can tell the real from the not. And the people that are saying that they're going to ascend, not physically, that's not how it's going to be done. So
what people are saying that? Where are you hearing that?
There's all kinds of stuff out there. You're not even going to believe half the
stuff. I've seen, believe me, I've seen everything almost. I've been around a couple of decades. But I can tell you that everything has a divine plan, you know, and when I look at God, because I love God, I look at it from a non-real. I mean, I've been through other religions. I was in the Jewish faith. That's where my origin comes from. I've been in the Christian faith, the Catholic, the Lutheran. I've been through different religions that were major to see how they operate. Not because I was wanting to not, you know, want to be part of that religion, but I had to explore these religions in order to understand them. And you know, there's a lot of beautiful people that go to different religions. But my whole thing is, people need to throw religion out the door. It doesn't matter who you are, where you are. I'm here to bless the matrix.
No, definitely not. Because everything that's going on in the Word, and you guys, you're taught not to be judgmental, and that's for a reason. That way, when it's my time to come to Earth, when I'm sent by the Father, that people don't judge me.
Right, but we're all sent by God. But we're all sent here. We're all created by God universally. There are people on other planets that are created by God, right? So when you tell the other, so if someone comes from Venus, now not Venus here, but let's say someone comes from planet Z, and they meet you for the first time, and they come with their family off a ship, are you going to judge them and tell them, what are you going to tell them?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, there you go. Nice to meet you.
Right. Yeah, because, well, see.
You know, how do you deal with that? I mean, you're meeting a family from another planet. They want to give you a hug. They're from another planet. They want to gift you with something.
You give them a hug.
They have, right.
You don't judge them. You give them a hug. You welcome them.
You give them a hug. And they don't come from any, and they don't believe in, they don't come from like the Hebrew religion or any religion. They just come from a planet where they universally accept that God is love, God is light. That's their perception of reality versus Earth-based humans. So you accept them. You just said you hug them. You accept. I agree with that 100%.
right? You love them unconditionally. You don't judge them.
That's right.
And you don't listen to other people's opinion about them, because they've obviously,
Right.
if they're judging them, that's their opinion. Now, if they show you a video of them like doing all kinds of stuff, but that's not going to happen. It's based off people's testimony, which is
everybody has a testimony. You can take the word testimony. I understand what you're saying, because I was in the born again Christian religion for a while, and I loved it. I mean, I love the people.
There's a lot of people that think they have it, but they don't get it.
Right.
Like, they see this graven image that they were told not to do, and that's exactly what they do. So when you say, "Hey, I'm," they don't believe you. They want to sit there and tell you you're going to hell. I'm like, why would we go to a planet that we created? You know what I mean? It's not going to happen. They don't want to listen to you. They want to judge you.
They want to judge you. That's why because I come from another planet, I've been through religions. That's why I say get rid of all the religions. And people say, don't get rid of them. I say, yes, get rid of them. That's messed a lot of people's heads up. If a baby, when it's born, doesn't have a religion, when a baby has a mother and its birth, and the mother and the father say, look how beautiful our baby is, they're not saying, look how beautiful our Jewish baby is, or our Catholic baby is. It's a baby. It's a human, innocent baby that has no dogma for a religion. That baby comes from beyond earth and becomes part of a family, right? There are no religions except the religion of love. That's the only religion from a galactic standpoint I totally would promote, is religion of love.
Oh, I love my little angels. So.
Oh yeah, I believe in angels.
I don't call them aliens. They're angels.
Yeah, I don't even call space people aliens. Angels should be angels. They are angels.
I get a little offended when people call them aliens and then say that they're evil. They are far from evil.
No, angels are not evil. The angels are beautiful.
Yes, they're very talented.
Yeah. Very. And I know if you're tuned in angels, I know one of my friends who's really tuned, a couple of people I know are tuned in angels, that the angelic realm has planets too. People don't realize this. The angelic realm, angels have families too.
You can see my face glowing. Sometimes, like, if you get your camera and you hold it up, you can see it. I don't know if you can see it.
No, I can't. You know what it is? Do you have your camera on? Let's see here.
Yeah. It glows like bright red to blue to yellow to... Can you
turn your camera on, Michelle?
It's on. It should be on.
Not. It's not on yet.
Oh, there it is.
There's the beautiful person.
Well, the one I was looking at had it on. I'm not really familiar with all the little.
You're good. I help people.
Things.
Yeah, it's okay. You're good.
I'm sure, like, I'd figure it out eventually if I tried, but I'm not really.
You did. You got good at it. You did it. There you go. More power to you. So yeah, angels are. We talk about angels on here, and I've talked about there are angelic planetary systems where the angels have families, and they're just beautiful. I know a number of people here that are very connected, as you are saying, to the angelic realm, which is beautiful. And I don't use the word alien either. I tell people, when you talk about space people, do not call them aliens, because they're people. They would not want to be called aliens. They want to be called people from another planet, whatever that is, and not be called aliens. I wouldn't want to be called an alien either.
Right. The other planets aren't the problem. The other planets get along a lot better. They are not like Earth. Here on this Earth, they are very they're very connected.
There's a harmony. They have a very strong harmony.
Yes, they do well.
God.
They do very well. And this is like the last battle before the next battle. But it is just like, I don't know. I just wouldn't. I heard you say something about religion, and I'm like, whoa. We wrote the whole book to come here, so people would know, So I'm just like, don't. But people, it's based off, it should be only on one word, and that's the John Wycliffe Bible that Apostle John wrote. In the 1300s, people are reading the wrong words that's been manipulated, twisted, rewrote.
I tell people, don't read whatever any man or a person who wrote. These Bibles were created, the Hebrew textures, all these things are written by human beings, not by space people from other planets. So a lot of things get diluted.
I know for a fact that the John Wycliffe Bible is the real deal.
Yeah, but I don't read any Bibles. I want people to get away from all that and start going within and connect with God directly. You don't need a book to do it. You just need to connect with God directly through meditation. That is the key. You can have all these driveways to learn how to drive a car, but if you don't want to learn to drive a car, you get in front of the wheel, you sit there, and you have somebody help you drive the car, and then you drive the car. You don't have to go through different things to get there. Go straight to the source. You want to learn about how cosmic art is? Meditate. 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 You don't need a Bible. You don't need a Hebrew textbook. You don't need a Quran. You just have to throw that stuff out and connect directly with source. That's where I come from, off planet. That's my consciousness.
I respect your opinion about that, but since I'm the one as a spirit that told John to write the word so people would know who my father was.
But you're a human being. You're a human being that has a connection.
I was reborn again and again to many different families. This is this is going to be our last get around on this earth, but we're going to go to the next earth.
Right. There's a new earth coming.
It's been here. It's
not here just yet. It will be here, but there's a lot of stuff going. For example, well, I made my voice coming over you. So, for example, there's a group of us, 5 of us. I'm glad you're here. This is a great discussion. That are going to be going off planet soon. One of our 5 has been off planet, and she's been going off planet Northern Vermont for over 70, maybe 80 times already. So I come from, my family is Christed beings of light from the Ashtar Command. They come from many different planets. I came here from off planet. I volunteered to come here in human form. I have Christ consciousness. I have human consciousness. I'm like a galactic book. I don't need to read Bibles or political books or all that. I throw that stuff out the window because those are all written by people on Earth. I don't need that. I have my connection directly to source. I don't need that information. It'll just mess people up. You know what I mean? Like you have a connection to source, and I can see it in your eyes. You don't need a book to get there, right? Do you really need a book? You already, I see in your eyes. Your eyes are glowing.
You know what? I had something happen maybe 2 days ago. If you go to my profile and look, you see this big star going across the sky, right? The same star that was at my other house, half an hour from here. The same star. It was about 6 in the morning. The other one was present about 4 in the morning the day before this happened. And I got it on video. You could see it moving slowly across. I was like, what are those angels up to? And then I got to Googling around because I can't remember what my own word had said. So I'm cross-referencing all this stuff. And I looked and it says Revelations 22. An angel testifies that the morning star, you know, who the morning star is. So now I've learned that we're in the book of Revelations 22. So, and, you know, I have this communication where I'm talking back with my God, your guys' father, God the Father. And we got this time, and the 7 churches is like coming up quick. And some people think there's a whole other year, there's more time, but it's going to be soon.
So let me ask you a question. Let me share something with you, because I think you're relatively new to my show. I can tell you from fact, from being a space person, not from Earth, my consciousness is not human totally. So when I hear,
neither am I. I'm Rh negative.
Yeah. See, and the blood type. People say the blood type. The blood type has nothing to do with whether you have a space family from another planet. That does
the
not
green
mean
stuff
anything.
that they put in you. Yes.
I don't know about the green stuff. All I know is that the blood stuff means nothing. It doesn't mean anything. What people have to realize, all this stuff means absolutely nothing. What we need something is getting to source, meditating, not reading a scientist book or some some technical book on how the spaceships go that we create at NASA. That stuff is all diversions from what's going to happen. In about 1.5 years from now, we're going to have contact on this planet with space people that are coming here with fleets of spaceships. I know this for a fact.
I asked God, my Father, to make everybody on this earth come together, because that's what I asked. And I also asked if someone could get on there and broadcast live and shut everybody's internet, everybody's tablet, all to one station. That way they can hear, finally, because you're telling these people to shut the news off. It's fake. They're not listening. So what I had asked is that they have someone broadcast, and it be on every TV, every radio,
let me tell you
every
something.
station.
Let me tell you something. Talk about synchronicity. I'm going to give you some information. It's going to blow your mind.
Usually I get what I ask for. So.
Well, whatever you ask for, we all get what we ask for if we ask for it from the Creator, because we're all equally part of that whole thing. No one is better than anybody else. Let's put it that way. You're not better than me. I'm not better than you. We're all here collectively to have an earth experience. Now, whether you believe that or not, that's up to you. That is
I'm just the Lion of Judah. I'm just the warrior that comes back in the end. I've always been the one that the cleanup crew. So, and right. I love, that's my father. And if anybody, talks about my father, yeah.
Well, let me tell you something. Your father is if you're talking about God, the Father.
My God, my Father, yes.
It's not
my
just
number
your God.
One man.
But he's not just yours. He's everybody's.
That's what I say. I say, my God, your guys' Father. We're the co-creator of this earth. We co-created it. If you're not catching on, all the proof and everything that I've got, that I've seen his face, I know what he looks like. The seal of God's posted on my profile. You'll see everything. I testified.
I haven't looked at it. I will look at it. But
go take a look at it. Don't judge. Don't judge.
No judging, but it's not about I. It's not about I. It's not about I. It's about we. Not I, it's we. It's not me, it's we.
The whole reason I wrote that book is so people could know my God, my Father, your guys' God, your Father, to know how they came about, how they were created, and not to be immoral, basically teaching them to love, be giving, be kind, not to judge. Not to, I don't know. I just don't want a lot of bullies and people that are mean.
Well, I think what you want...
There's a lot of sinful things going on, wrongful, wicked, sinful things.
I don't like to use... See, this is the problem. You're still attached to the word sin and all this other stuff, which is part of a religious dogma. Unless you let go of that...
I was there when Moses was
no, forget about Moses, about you being there with Moses. I want to talk to you right now in 2024 as an earth-based human that have parents that brought you into this world as a human being. That's how I'm going to talk to you about.
I so kindly have to decline because that's me and my father's doings. And if he was against that, he wouldn't have sent that angel to my house.
Okay.
So, and I'm not to talk to anybody except the higher ups. So, I mean, I don't know, but I was just kind of interested in what you.
I was interested. Well, you said, "Do you believe in God?" I said, "Yes," but you have to understand.
I can't have anybody unless I talk to my Father first, or my God, which is your Father. He raised me, so I call him my Father.
Don't you think that's so? Don't you think you're being a little bit selfish and self-absorbed in what you're saying to people out here?
What do you mean?
You see, you didn't understand what I just said. When I say self-absorbed,
no, I'm saying for my personal, I'm a prophet. So if I say so and so, I mean I have to say me because I'm the prophet. I'm the testimony. I'm the proof that God made this planet.
No, you're not the proof that God made this planet. You can't say that because that is being on an egotistical way of thinking.
My father said I gotta go. Have a great day.
You said you had to go. There you go. Okay. I can see, we're going to move on. I gave that proof. I don't usually do this, but I did it. I did it for a reason. And basically, it exposed ego. It's one thing to respect, and I certainly have respect for everyone's belief systems, but when you're coming from ego, that's all I'm hearing. Big time ego. It's not about me, it's about we. What do we talk about on this show when we talk about the space people? It's about we together. It's not about you or you or you or you. It's about we. She took herself out. No one told her to take herself out. She did that. She took herself out, folks. I didn't take her out. She said, "Oh, I can't deal with it." She can't deal with it because I was speaking the truth. That's what it was. When you start thinking you're the prophet, there's a problem. There's a problem there. That becomes a red flag. When you start thinking to people, "Oh, I'm the prophet," there's a problem. That's the problem with religion. That's what happens with religious people. That's what it was. Well, I'm glad she left. She did it on her own. I didn't have to do anything. You know what I mean? When you think you're a prophet, and once she told me, do I believe in God? I said, great. Yeah, we do believe in God. All of us do. When she got on here and started to think, talking about being a prophet, then you get the commander coming from another planet who's fully conscious in Christ consciousness, and you're telling me you're the prophet? It doesn't work. Don't do it. We're all part of God's creation, all of us. When you start thinking you're the one that's connected to the Father, that's egotistical garbage. It is. Yeah, she's not in control of her vessel at all. She has no liberation of her consciousness, But it was good to do this for one reason. It's just, I probably won't do it again, but I did it because I wanted to see what this person was like. I wanted to feel them out, And sometimes it's good to do that, but it exposed her to being like she just did. She used the excuse that the Father told her to get off the live with me because the Father told her. No, it was her. So she was getting her ego challenged and she didn't want to be on here. Yeah, she got mad. She's not a prophet. You can't pull that stuff with the commander because it's not going to happen. Yeah, poster child of ego. Yeah. And she, I love everybody. I love her, but her ego took over her ability to understand. That's what happens. Yeah. She got triggered by some of the stuff I said to her, but I can only speak my own truth. I'm not saying my truth is everybody's truth. You know that. You know me enough, folks, to know that I always respect I want people to be liberated from religion, politics, and everything else on this planet. Everyone, I have no ego on my end here. I try to understand people. But man, that was like, when they say I, me, what do you do? Right? So there you go. So now we shall move on. That was interesting. And we're going to get into some galactic cosmic stuff. Hey, Grace. I think Grace is in here. Good evening. Yeah, she wasn't giving up her self-importance. Right. If you want to, Red, let's see here. Yeah, and when she starts saying also she's God, no, you're not. We're all a part of God. The problem I have is when someone says they're God and they created everybody, that's egotistical garbage. It's not true. When someone tries to pull on anybody here and says, I created you, no, you didn't. You were created by your parents somewhere in France or wherever you live, and you came here, you had two parents that created you. You didn't create anybody. I love the people that are so self-absorbed that they created us. That one person created all of us in this room. Not happening. Don't try it. It doesn't work. Doesn't work. Hey, Healing Tarot. Good to see you, sister. Johnny, that's putting it lightly. Her ego was definitely out of control. I must have really gotten to her because she couldn't stay on anymore after I was questioning her. But I did it for a reason. Good to see you, Healing Tarot. Good to have you with us. But we're gonna get on to some UFO stuff here. People that are having encounters. Where's the person that held the videos? Are they still here? Yes, indeed. Let us move on to the cosmic. That's right. But it was an interesting beginning to the show. Yeah, I have to admit, it was something way different than I thought I was going to do. Nope. You know why? Because Commander, I'm going to define what Commander is, Sophia. There's no ego. Commander means I'm in control of my spiritual cosmic being. That's how I define commander. So when I say I'm CmdrAleon, there's no ego. It just means no one else controls my spiritual cosmic self but me. Commander has no ego in it. When I say CmdrAleon, I am CmdrAleon, but that doesn't mean I have ego. It means I have control of my spiritual being, of my cosmic being. Big difference. Big difference. And people that know me, who've watched my show for a long time, and even my friends offline who know me as CmdrAleon, know me on a total, beautiful, loving way. It is different. 9. Benny, we'd love to have you on here. Thank you, John James. You're not crazy, Benny. So we're going to get into some stories here. And if you're over 18, you can come on if you've been having encounters, visitations with space people. We'd love to hear your stories. I know a lot of people have been. Thank you, Linda Lou. Dennis, welcome. So let's see. I'm going to be very random here. I am going to be picking up people randomly, I think. Dina, if you change your setting to public, Eden, change your setting, go out and change it to public. You need 50 followers to come on live. You need 10 more followers, and we'd be happy to hear your story. Let's see here. Yes, Premium Rose Star, that's brilliantly said. I'm having an encounter right now with you, a space person. You are. And for people that don't know it, I am a space person. Very well said. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, Benny, another day, if you wish to come up, you're welcome. So we'll see here who has some stuff to talk about. I have a pro. I've had. Oh, pro. There we go. Okay, don't have too much of a problem. We'll treat you well here. So Omni, come on up. I'm a contactee. I've had encounters when I was a kid. I've been involved in the subject for a long time. You can just come on. You're just going to come on audio. No one's going to judge you, man, if you come up on the show. So please do come up. And hopefully the TikTok thing works here. We are going to have we're already having a great show. Let's see what happens. Let us get the TikTok thing working correctly so I can do the interview. There we go. Omni, good evening. How you doing?
Hello.
Are you with me?
How are you?
Yeah, how you doing?
Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're over 18, correct?
Okay. Yeah, I'm 40 years old, man.
Okay, great. So I'm glad you came on. I was reading your stuff earlier about the video footage. Did you take all these videos that you're talking about? Did you record them?
Yeah, I carry my phone everywhere, and I just take video and pictures of things that I see. And it all started mostly in 2020 when I started really getting seeing more and more things. Around 2018, I saw a vision in the sky. I don't know if you're aware with the story of Archangel Michael defeating the dragon.
I'm not familiar at all with that story.
Well, if you research Archangel Michael defeating the dragon. It's a story, you know what I'm saying? But I actually saw this vision in the sky with clouds and the sun, and I mean, I would have to write it down to tell you the exact story how it happened. But I mean, it wasn't. It was a vision, but it was also very real, like physical, like you know what I'm saying, like, and I mean, in 2020 also I had a pit bull. Okay, I had a blue Are you familiar with blue brindle pit bulls?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, it's a pit bull, and they call them blue, but they really look gray. It's like a gray pit bull, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I had a Chihuahua at that time too, right? So, this particular night, I went outside. It was about 10:30 at night, and I remember it was 2020 because everybody was talking about 2020. Everybody's gonna have clear vision and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, everybody was talking about that. Oh, 2020, everybody's gonna have 2020 vision and da da da. So, okay, so I'm gonna try to tell the story the best way that I can,
Okay.
so that you can picture it. Okay, so I go outside, I sit down on my stairs, and I have a bad habit of smoking cigarettes. And at that time, I lit up a cigarette. I sat down, and I'm looking around, and I had a 4-wheeler at that time, and a couple of boxes to my right were like storage boxes. You know what I'm saying? Like just random stuff.
Right. Right.
So I'm looking around. I look at my 4-wheeler, and my Chihuahua's on top of the 4-wheeler, looking around, like shaking and like scared. You know what I'm saying? Like looking around, like on the ground, shaking. So I'm like, wow, what the heck? I think his name was Fluffy. I'm like, Fluffy, what are you doing? And he's shaking, man. I'm talking about he was scared, right? So I look to my left, and my pit bull is on top of the boxes, also looking around, like scared. I have never seen my dog scared. You know what I'm saying, this pit bull was always barking at whatever. Right. Okay, so check it out. So I'm like, my first thought was, okay, is there a snake here? Is there another person here? Is there some kind of wild animal here that's harassing my dogs? So I never carry weapons. I never carry a gun, nothing. So I had a gas can with gas, and so I started lighting little fires all over my yard. You know what I'm saying, just to scare whatever was there away. You know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So, but by this time my dogs are around me. You know what I'm saying, they're looking around, they're growling, they're whatever. So on the other, so there's a road where my house was at, and on the other side of the road was the mailbox. But where the mailbox is at, there's like trees and like shrubs and like woods, right? Okay, so I'm looking where the dog's barking. All of a sudden, I start seeing these like faces popping out of the trees, and then they would pop back into the shrubs, right? So I'm like, man, am I tripping or what?
Okay, so let me stop you for a minute. So were you seeing ETs? Were you seeing ETs in the woods? Extraterrestrials?
Well, I thought it was somebody with like a mask. You know, I mean, I've always heard about reptilians and stuff, but these things really look like iguanas, but human size, right? But I'm thinking, okay, what's going on right now, right? So, okay, so these things or whatever were like interdimensional. It wasn't something that you could just like look at it and like look at a person, right? It was just like a flash, like a shadow type thing, man. It was weird, man.
Okay. And how many of them? How many of them were in the woods that were coming in and out of your vision?
I mean, what I could see, I thought it was only one, but I mean, I'm not sure. But this is where it gets real weird, right? Okay, so out of nowhere, my dog just lunges forward, and okay, so I'm gonna try to imitate the sound of the feet that when this thing ran. Mm-hmm. I want you to imagine like floppy feet, like a duck, right? Mm-hmm. Like floppy feet, right? Like somebody wearing a scuba gear, the floppy feet,
right? I know what that is.
But the pattern when it ran across the street was I don't know if you can hear this.
Yeah. What were they? So
like really fast, like it wasn't like a human running. It was like real floppy and real like fast, right? So when I heard the feet, my dog went after it, but my fence had vines, so I couldn't really see on the other side of the fence, right? Mm-hmm. Well, when my dog caught up to it, all of a sudden I heard a loud yelp. You know what I'm saying? My dog just went like something hit it, right? So I'm like, what the heck? So when I caught up to my dog's shaking his head like you know when you got water in here and you're trying to get the water out,
right?
Like shaking. Okay, so her name was Blue. I'm like, Blue, I walked up to her and she had this black, like it was like ink. At first I thought it was blood. Mm-hmm. But it kind of looked like somebody hit her with a paintball gun in her ear, right? Huh. But it was like very black, like black ink, like a black I don't know what it was, man. So when I saw that, I'm like, man, forget this. I went inside, man. I'm like, man, you know what? This is too much. Yeah, I went inside my house. You know what I'm
saying? Let me slow. I got to slow you down a little bit because I have a lot of questions. Yeah. So when this happened with your dog, the dog caught up with whatever this extraterrestrial type being was. Yes. The extraterrestrial was running, back into the woods.
It ran from where I was seeing the face. It ran from there, like across the street, like towards my house, but like diagonally. You know what I'm saying? Like to the right of the property. You know what I'm saying? But I couldn't really see it. It was just like a peripheral type thing. I don't know. It was weird, man.
I understand.
But the floppy feet, that was very audible. Like that's one thing that I will never forget. The floppy feet and how fast it ran across the street.
Wow.
Okay.
So it sounds like there was only one being, correct? One ET.
Yeah, I mean, I only heard one set of footsteps. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Very interesting.
Okay. Okay. So check it out. This is where it gets weirder, right? So the next day, I wake up like around when the sun's barely coming up, like 7 a.m. So I grabbed some hydrogen peroxide, some triple antibiotic ointment to cure my dog, right? So I go to my dog. Man, my dog had nothing in her ear. Nothing. I'm looking inside her ear. I'm like, where was all that black stuff that was in her ear? And I'm talking about it was gone. But check it out. This is where it gets weirder. Okay, within 2 days, my dog's eyes got like droopy, red, and dry. And it was not my dog no more. The best way I can explain it was a zombie dog. And it went blind, my dog. Okay.
So it seems like it seems like this space being was negative.
Yeah, whatever it was, but my dog's eyes got so dry and so red. I'm talking about red, like a Crayola red. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And her eyes got droopy, like real, like the bottom of her eyelids like drooped down, and she would just stand there like a blind dog. I'm like, damn, man, what the heck? Okay.
Well, go ahead. I was going to say, from a dog perspective, just like a human being abducted, whatever that being was, it was definitely a negative ET, and whatever it did to your dog was totally not good. But go ahead.
Man, it was so weird. Okay, so this is where it gets even weirder. Okay, so within like 2 more days, my dog grew a tumor on the side of her head, like in her, like where her ear is at, but like where her ear and her head meets. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She had like a golf ball sized tumor, right? Oh, man, that tumor grew so big. I'm talking about within like 48 hours. It went from a golf ball size to like a let me see, like a big grapefruit, man. I'm talking about it was so huge, man. Like her.
Wow.
So yeah, she had this like big tumor coming out her, like inside her head. I'm like, man. So I go to my mom, right, my mother, and I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna take her to the vet, man. Whatever it costs.
Yeah.
or whatever. Okay, so all of a sudden, this dog never left the house. I'm talking about never left the house. It was family dog, all that.
Yeah.
My dog just all of a sudden my dog just disappeared. I'm like, what the
Wait a
heck?
minute. Let me slow you down a bit, my audience. So if you're just watching the show now, I have Omni on here. So you're saying, what year was this, number one? Can you tell us what year this was?
It was 2020. I remember exactly because everybody was talking about the 2020 vision, whatever. So I
Right.
remember,
So
I remember for sure it was 2000. I remember for sure it's 2020, like
right.
around
So
August or something.
Right. So when your dog how many days was it during the event with the negative ET that did something to your dog, with the stuff happening to the dog, to the point when did the dog disappear?
It was within like 2 weeks, about like a week and a half, 2 weeks. All
After
this
that
transpired.
happened.
Yeah, after all this happened, the tumor, the blind eyes, the disappearance, like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
And when the dog disappeared, did anything happen after that? Did you have any encounters with extraterrestrial intelligence of any sort?
No, I mean, as far as beings, no, just that one time.
You didn't. Just that one
Yeah,
time. But the dog was the one that disappeared. Did you ever figure out like how the dog disappeared or what happened to the dog?
No. I mean, I called out for it. I looked for vultures. You know what I mean? Maybe my dog died in the field somewhere. I was looking for vultures.
Right. Of course.
I mean, I'm looking underneath my house. I mean, my dog just disappeared. And this dog never left the house, man. It was always there, and it was blind.
Wow. And it was blind.
And it was blind. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't blind before, but after that happened, it went blind. I mean, where was it gonna go? And it wouldn't even move. It was just like a statue. It would just stand there, and I would call it like blue. Right. It didn't even recognize my voice. It was just like standing there like a statue, man. It was weird, man.
Well, and then do you think that maybe the negative ET came back and took the dog?
I don't know, man. At this point, I don't know what. My thought was maybe whatever that was, like, went inside the dog and took over my dog's body, and then like.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but the dog disappeared. We know that much, right?
Yeah. My dog disappeared like everywhere, man. And my the neighborhood I was staying at wasn't that big. It wasn't like a big city. You know what I'm saying, it was like kind of rural. You know what I'm saying, like kind of countryish. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Wow. What a story.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for being on here, man. That's I always want people to share their stories, and this is really different than I've ever heard. I really appreciate you sharing the truth of your own story.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't want to say any more stories because then I'll sound crazy, but yeah.
No, you're not crazy. Every time I have people on here, they say, are you going to think I sound crazy? Throw that word out the window. You just told us a story of a personal event that happened to you and your dog, with an ET that was a negative ET that did this to your dog, which I feel totally, I really feel sorry that happened to him. Who knows what happened to the dog? I don't, I usually can read things, but I'm not figuring this out too much. But I do know that, obviously you weren't abducted, but the being wanted the dog, and the being got the dog, evidently.
Or maybe he wanted me, and then my dog took the bullet.
Who knows? But the thing is, you're alive and well to share your story of encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. And I want to thank you, brother, for doing that, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. And I would like to share more in private one time, or a phone call or something, man, or at a library or something.
I really don't do phone calls or anything. I try to keep it pretty much on the TikTok thing with the messaging. But yeah, we'll definitely keep in touch. I'm following you, man, so you're good. All right.
All right, brother.
All right, there we go.
All right, brother.
Thank you for being on here. And we'll take, you're welcome. And what a story that was, people. Now I've never heard of a dog being dealt with by a negative ET that way. That's a first. It's terrible. That was a terrible thing they did, that being did. And we need to have people share their truth. And we respect every guest here. And that was a story I've never heard of in terms of an animal, a dog, being dealt with that way by this negative ET, which evidently had enough power to mess up the dog and then the dog eventually disappeared. How'd that happen? Where'd the dog go? I'm not assuming anything. The one thing I tend not to do is assume something because I don't know where the dog went. Nobody does. But the dog definitely disappeared. We know that much. Now, let's see who's on the queue here. Paul Bailey. So before we bring anybody up, if you have a story to tell, or let's say you've had positive contact with space people, you got to tell me, well, you got to be over 18. No foul language, no paranormal discussion, no drinking, no drunks, no driving, no driving while you're talking. Well, the driving is another thing. Forget the driving part. Let me start all over again. You got to be over 18. No kids on the show. No drinking. No drunks. No foul language. No religion. No politics. All that good stuff. We're going to keep it galactic here, folks. 2 non-terrestrials at work in a mall. Spiritual abstract artists. Let's see. So I'm going to take a look at who's out here. And please put in the comments section, if you've never been on the show, tell me in a sentence if you've been a contactee, if you've had contact physically with space people. I want to know. And you got to be over 18. So let's see. We got 325 beautiful people up here. Please follow and like. We've gotten 2 of the hats taken. I want to get all the hats taken with a mustache tonight. We want to get that going. And thank you also for all the gifts. Tahar Sudan. Brenna, too hard. Tahar. See, I have to say that word when I get the hat. Only when I get the hat. Yeah, no one should. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Suzanne, thank you for the manifesting. I like that. That's different. Thank you. I have an amazing story to tell. Paul Bailey, we're going to take a chance. And Tahar. And being the host of the show, if I always take a chance, but if I see us going south, I'm doing this as a protection. We're going to bring Paul Bailey up. And before I bring Paul Bailey up, can you tell me what your story is first, Paul? Paul says he has an interesting story to tell. What's the story about? Can you give me a sentence or two so I can make a decision to bring you up here? I do this for everybody. I just want to make sure everything's on the up and up when I do interviews here. And we'll see. You're watching Encounters. We'll be here till, I started a little bit late, so we're going to go till 1, and we're signing off at 1 a.m. in the morning. And it's already Tuesday morning here on the East Coast. Kit Kat, thank you. Oh, Kit Kat. I ain't nothing but a hound dog, Kit Kat. Yeah. Kit Kat, thank you. Tara, thank you. I'm playing a guitar. No, okay. I went from Elvis to playing a guitar. So, thank you. You're the best, folks. Everyone here is really good. Good thing I'm very quick to catch what you're doing. I go with the flow, So Paul Bailey, can you tell us what your interesting story is? I'd love to talk to you. I want to know a little bit about what your story is going to be about. Ruby Rubio, good to see you. Welcome to the show, Encounters. All the beautiful people from all over the planet are right here where you want to be. Our studio is really big, folks, so, wherever you sit, you'll be able to see me pretty good. So if you're on a futon, a meditation pillow, if you're on the Eiffel Tower watching me on top of the Eiffel Tower, welcome to the show. Find a seat wherever you are. That's all. You might be over in the UK at Big Ben, hanging out. Who knows? Good to have you with us. But Paul Bailey, I need to know a little bit more about your story. When someone tells me they have an interesting story to tell, what's the story? So I know what I'm getting into here with the discussion. Hey, Sunshine, good to have you with us. Danielle. Danielle's telling me something. Danielle, we're going to bring you up. Danielle Rizzo. Come on up on Encounters. Danielle, with the commander. Just press the accept button. It's somewhere on your TikTok. There you go. Danielle. And Danielle's our guest. Danielle, I hope you're not sleeping.
No, I'm not sleeping.
Good. Can you go on camera? Are you able to turn your camera on?
Yeah, that's okay. We're good. I'll do voice for right now.
You're going to do voice?
Yeah.
When you get used to being on here, I'll have you on the next time I have you on. We'll get you on camera shy, so to speak. But welcome to the show.
Not necessary.
Tell us where you are. Where are you located?
Right now I'm in Pembroke, Georgia. Back in Georgia.
Oh, Georgia, okay. Georgia, okay. So tell us a little about your story and your experience. I think it'll be very interesting. How did it happen? Always interested in where it started.
Well, I guess it started when I was born, from what I'm understanding. But 16 years ago, you could say I had the first awakening, right? So I'm going to try to keep this in a short version. Lasted 3 months or so, and then went into almost like a dormant 16 years. I had to pretty much kill myself, but stay alive still. So my soul was dead. My children were taken from me, and I had to disconnect from my body to stay alive, because you can't handle that pain, only to awaken in November of 2023. And I'm in New York, and I have an urge to get to Georgia. My family's here, but like the urge was strong. We gotta go. And then we get here, and it's a morning. I wake up and I'm like, John Lennon is alive. And that was that. I've been off to the races since, probably, I don't know how many hours I have into this at this point. So there's so many things going on all at once. And part of that was one night, I had the Rain app on. I have it on, and I hear in the Rain app, in very, very small times, like it's a glitch, I hear E.T., retard, E.T. And I'm like, what is that? Like, did kids hack the Rain app? And I know the answer. I already knew the answer, but I humor myself with the questioning and the denials. So the next morning I'm up, right, and I grab the phone. I don't open the phone. I put it down, and you come on. And you're talking about how a lot of first contact is being made, and this is how they're going to do it. Then you're not walking up and shaking your hand. They're going to slowly, smallly, in increments, and start showing themselves. So I'm like, okay, that made sense. And then I end up in Susquehanna, Pennsylvania, and I get my guy in the rearview mirror, and we spent like, I don't know, well, let's say 30 seconds with each other that way. And now, so I've seen 2 ships. I've seen 2 spaceships in the sky, in the woods already, in the camera, right? So that was...
Wait. When you saw those 2 ships, I want to slow you down.
Yeah.
Where were the 2 ships? Where did you see them?
Sure. So you, on your show that day, had talked about how they are introducing themselves to us in different ways. So this was one of the ways. You take photos, and there's the positive and the negative. Well, you've only ever seen negatives. And guess what, folks? There's also a flip side to that photo. So TikTok had granted me that at that moment. I had never had that camera before. All of a sudden it's there. I go down. I end up one day. Now, I'm not from Georgia. I don't know Georgia. And I end up at a place called, now you see, the little tidbit about me is that when I had that first awakening 16 years ago, I ended up at a transmedium congregation, right, on a Sunday. And I stayed afterwards for the 1 hour circle where they all read each other around the room. And you have to understand, in those moments, in those times, this was like, it was real, but it wasn't real to me. It was really happening. So anyway, I end up there, and someone says, you've got 2 guardian angels with you. One is Satchmo, Louis Armstrong, and the other is a very tall Native American Indian man with a headdress. I end up, and now this is, again, second download, November 2023 to today. I was actually able to look in my mind, and I figured it out by a picture of Crazy Horse is my other guardian angel.
So let me slow you down a little bit, because I'm jumping back to the spaceship.
Yeah.
So with the spaceship, the space beings or the space people inside the ship, what kind of encounter did you have with the ship? Could you go more into detail with that part of it?
No, because there wasn't much more detail other than I clearly saw it. The part of that story is I know Satchmo, and I understand that part to be very real. That's a whole nother music. I've been a conduit of dead people, and they die, and I get a song, and the song is for Earthling.
But we stay away from the paranormal.
But it's Black Creek. I end up at Black Creek where the ship is. Okay. And it had to do with what you suggested and taking the photos. So we'll go back to the ship. So that was that. I knew it was real. The tribe was dead. They're trapped. Their souls were trapped. And by me digitally taking a photo and acknowledging them, the photos have changed, and they are of the light now. The cameras are changing. My pictures change themselves all the time. And I understood that from that experience. I end up now in upstate New York in Norwich. And I'm like, I'm going to climb to that hill because I want to go take photos. I want to see where I am at. And I go up there. This was wild. It was different. It was different beings trapped in the land. And again, I caught in the camera a spaceship. This one was differently. It was more pronounced, and I was actually able to see hieroglyphics on it and look it up and find similar writings to what was seen in East Norwich, New York, on Miller Shumway Road, and that was that experience. I think I called in you one night, and you had talked of back then Star Family, Starseed.
Yes.
This is all becoming, more understood by me today. A lot has been understood by me in the past couple of days. So I end up over at my sister's the other night, and it's nighttime. I'm looking out the window, and my eye catches a certain space in between the branches and the leaves in the sky. And it's a color yellow that didn't make sense. And I'm looking at it, and I wouldn't look away from it. So I did all the scientific rationalizing without looking at anything. So in my mind, what's happening is as I'm saying, well, it can't be the street light, right? Because it's above the street light. It can't be the sky because it's not the color of the sky. Wait a second. Are there people moving in there? I look harder. And my neck hurts so bad after all this. And I look harder. And I don't mean I physically look harder. I mean, my mind looked harder. And and I said, oh, is that a man? And is that a little girl at the window? And then is she waving at me? And I'm going, holy shit. Holy shit. Like, is this happening? And I'm like, all right, Danielle, fucking wave back. We
have to watch the language because of the
sorry. Okay. So I waved back, and in that second, this little area and the little area around it of leaves waved back. And at that moment, I got like, a little scared and sad, and I decided to stop looking. Not because I don't know probably more than I want to know, just because, you get like, this is a lot. This is a lot. But and then there's a ship here, right over here as well. And what's happening is there. So I've been able to pick up on the frequencies of the earth changing. I mean, it's happening. And the other day I'm sensing the frequency change in the frequency.
Oh, yeah, there's a big shift going on. Yeah.
Yeah. So that this is all very wonderful. It's exciting. It's so exciting. It's hard to not have anyone around you to relate with you.
Now,
But
just wait,
they'll come
Danielle.
along. Go ahead.
Just wait until till 2026 when we have open contact.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm understanding.
On the show. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is becoming very clear to me very fast. So I don't need a camera anymore. Today it was more defined than yesterday. The ship's in the same place.
I just want to stop you for a minute.
Go ahead.
I have questions here.
Sure.
Not to confuse anybody. 2025 is the year. 2026 is the year of the contact. 2025 is going to amp up a lot of sightings of the star people of the ships. In 2025, I just want to make it clear because people are asking about contact. So I don't want anyone to be confused here. As I've always stated, a year and a half meaning 25 to 2026. 2026, the tail end of 2025 will be the beginning of what you're going to see. You're going to see a lot of stuff happening next year. It's amping up a lot. But in 2026 is the timeline for the contact, just so people have a better understanding of this. I hope that deconfuses anybody regarding the timeline for Earth-based contact with our star family. Because, again, like I said, I myself would, 4 other people will be going off planet before that and coming back. We'll be coming back and forth on and off planet probably more than once. So I want to make people clear that there will be contact. People are already having individual contact. I've interviewed people here that are having physical contact with space people now, but the mass contact will be in 2026. But go ahead.
Sure. No, that's great. Yeah, that's the gist. That's where I'm at.
Good.
Yep.
Keep us in tune. I have a feeling, I'm reading your energy.
Yeah.
You will have your own personal contact with your star family. Give me a moment. I'm getting, as we go into next year, you will have some contact with your space family.
Yeah. So that might have started already. I'm not sure. Certain things or questions that have, everything, there's no coincidences. So I was waiting for the song to let me know, and I heard it yesterday. So in that moment, I knew I'm remembering, and that's right. What I'm remembering. And it suggested to me that my name would be Odessa.
Yeah. Well, you're I'm going to give you information.
Yeah.
You're going to be contacted very gradually. What they're going to do is give you hints that they are ready to talk to you. You're going to get little hints here and there. You're the kind of person that likes that. You like little hints. It makes you excited to know that these little things are happening. But you're going to probably have your first contact with them on a telepathic level first. And then you're going to have a visual contact with them, I believe, in 2025.
Okay, yeah. I don't know if this is related or not. I'm going to say it has to be, but definitely during the COVID lockdowns in the beginning, in that March period, it was pointed out to me that, and I've seen it since then, but my boyfriend would say that you're really interesting to watch sleep. And you do this weird thing with your hands every night. And he showed me, and he said sometimes it could be for 10 minutes and sometimes it could be for 2 hours. And he said, and you laugh the whole time. He goes, you're just laughing. And then he showed me what he was doing with the hands, what I do with my hands. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, Danielle, thank you for being on here and giving us some updates of what you're doing. I appreciate you. And
thank you.
I always read people's energy when they tell me their stories, and sometimes I get information for them. So I thank you for being here, and
very
keep
cool.
doing what you're doing.
I will. Thank you. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
You too, Danielle. Thank you for being on Encounters. Let me bring her down gently off the ship. Let's do this here.
He's up there.
Press the little button. All right. And we'll do maybe one more interview because we started a little bit late. We'll do one more interview with somebody out there who's having contact. It's been a wild night. I got to tell you, this has got to be the most wildest night I've had doing the show. Let's see. Dia, did she get turn her stuff on public? Let me see. Dia, are you there? Dia has a story to tell. Let me sure. Dia? Hot dogs and, yeah, I think it's a good night for hot dogs and hamburgers and other stuff. Here's Dia. Dia, we're going to try to bring you up here. Dia, you still have to change your setting. Your setting is on private. So can you go into your settings and switch it over to public right now? Switch it to public. You have 40 followers. You only need 10 more followers, but you got to switch your setting, Dia. She has to switch her setting. So Dia, you need to go out of the TikTok, change your setting to public on your setting, and then come back in, and I'll bring you on here live. I'm going to try to bring you on here live. So I do want to talk to you. Okay? And you're watching Encounters, folks. Thanks for being with us here tonight. It's been a wild. I'm telling you. I mean, we've had wild nights in the year and a half I've been on here. Tonight was just incredibly wild with the stories. But that's what makes it interesting, right? You know, that's why this show is the way it is. So, Dia, you need to change your settings on your TikTok. Yeah, it has been April the wildest. I think I dealt with the wildest pretty good tonight. Starting with the other person about the God thing, I think I handled that pretty good. You know, that's because I'm a professional. Well, I am a professional king. Thank you, Hank. I appreciate it. It takes a certain kind of person to be a professional talk show host on radio. Doing it for 21 years, I better be doing something right. Yeah, Omni's story too was incredible. Yeah, very much so. That was different. That was very interesting. But I want to get Dia in here. If she changes her setting, I might be able to interview her. And you know what? We're only at 66,000. We need to get up to 100,000, folks. I need everybody right now to do me a favor. We're at 66.8. You see the top corner where the numbers are? You see all these hearts? When you press my screen and everyone presses the screen and taps it really hard, we can get up to 100,000 in 5 minutes. So it's very simple. Tap the screen. You'll see a heart happen. If everyone taps the screen, there's 311 people here. Every one of you tap the screen. Make it happen. You know? Everybody make it happen. I'm going to hypnotize all of you right now. I think, should I do that? Should I hypnotize all of you right now to do it? This is CmdrAleon speaking to the people of Earth watching me. I want you to all tap the screen. Tap the screen now. And as you tap the screen, think happy thoughts. As you're tapping the screen, think about your galactic families, the love that the universe has for you. Tap the screen, everyone. Everyone tap. We're not talking about tapping your shoes with tap shoes. We're talking about tapping your screen. I want everyone involved. I believe in communal gatherings where everybody can be. Just imagine that we're all in one big spaceship tapping the screen. All of us. Everyone. We can do this, folks. We're almost at 80,000. We can do it. We're at almost 80,000, folks. Let's get to 100,000. Can we do it? Yes, we can. And Paul Bailey, I think Paul Bailey. Paul, we'd like to bring up, I still need to know more about your story. Please tap the screen, everybody. We're at 82.5. All you have to do is change your setting. All right? Oh, actually, I can bring you up. There you go. I'm going to bring Dia up. Dia, we got her up. And let's go. I brought Dia up, but we still everyone tap the screen.
Hello?
Tap the screen, everybody. Hey, Dia, how you doing?
Hi.
Welcome, and tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, And at the same time, we're at 86.5 thousand. Everybody tap the screen. And I hear you've got some interesting stuff. I know you do.
I'm
tell us a
from
little bit about
Canada.
yourself. Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And tell us about your story a little bit. What's going on?
Mine was all forced. Like, I was forced to awaken. So this happened like 2021. I would wake up 3 to 4, 5 in the morning every night, every single day, and then a lot of weird things started happening. I started seeing this blue man, a bald blue man. So he would come and go, and he would start teaching me how to astral project. Hello?
So the guy who's blue, I'm listening to your story. How tall was the bald blue man? How tall was he?
He's huge. Like, his whole face is bigger than me.
Oh my gosh. And so when you met him, how'd you meet him?
He just appeared. Like, I wasn't scared though. I just sat there just staring at him. I was observing.
Wow.
He had a spiral on his forehead.
When you say a spiral, can you kind of explain that to the audience? When you say spiral on his forehead, like what's it?
Like
a device
3 spirals, like circles, like yeah, like it just keeps going.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, but the thing is, how he comes in and out of my room.
Yes,
it's through this pink orb. It's like a light.
So the pink orb, was the pink orb really big?
No, it wasn't that big.
So he comes through the pink orb. Whereabouts in your room was the pink orb when he came through it?
It follows me everywhere. So like wherever I look, it'll be there. It's like I'm projecting it from my eyes.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
And by the way, thank you everybody for getting stuff over 100,000 a little bit after 1. So do you see this orb all the time?
Yeah, I could project it.
Really?
Yeah. But one time I started experimenting with it. So I would close my eyes and stare at it. I would open my eyes and stare at it. And then one day I just like zoomed in like it was a light tunnel.
Right.
And I was going in extreme fast like speed.
Yeah.
While I was going, I thought I was going to get answers for some reason because I'm blocked here. I'm looking for answers. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I went
I understand that.
I went extremely fast. And while I'm going, all of a sudden, the guy's face appears. He looks at me, laughs at me as if, how did you get in here? And he sent me back, and I wasn't able to get back in again.
So so you got to an area of galactic level of consciousness with him where he was, and he couldn't figure out how you got there.
Yeah. But the feelings I was feeling was so much anger. Like I was almost close, and I was gonna I wanted to hit him. Like, why did he stop me? Like I was frustrated.
Right. So that human emotion, that human anger, and you're a human being. So you obviously you have emotions, and actually, there's nothing wrong with having that feeling. Obviously he's trying to teach you something, correct?
He did. Oh, he slapped me one time with air.
He slapped you with air.
Yeah, when I wasn't focusing on my so he would take me into the clouds and make me go up and down like a roller coaster. Like the training was I would go up and then down, up and down, and it gets boring for me.
So would he physically take you when you say into the clouds, did you physically go into like a cloud?
Well, it was like out of body. Like my body was here on Earth.
Yeah.
But my consciousness was in the clouds.
Okay, so you basically astral projected out of your body.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand that.
But it was I didn't know what it was at that time. I didn't even know what astral projecting was. Like it was all new to me.
Of course.
And he was like making me go up
and then down, up and down, like nothing else. And then I got bored. I opened my eyes, and this gush of wind just slapped me in my face.
When you say the gush of wind slapped you in your face, and this blue being who's really tall, I get that he comes from another star system.
Yeah.
You already know that, correct?
Yeah.
Can you tell us what star system he's from? You know who
he's an Anunnaki.
Anunnaki. Anunnaki, yes. I know the Anunnaki. Are you all right?
Yeah, I've been sick for a while.
Well, I hope you feel better too.
It's the energies that I'm getting. It's because I'm a transmuter.
Okay.
So I absorb negative energy.
Oh boy, that's a lot of work to take that. Why would you absorb negative energies?
Because I purify it.
Oh, okay. So you take negative energies. Your body purifies the energies. How do you sustain yourself in your physical body doing that?
I don't know. I have no idea. Like how they showed me was, so I was awoken one morning and there was these beings in white cloths, and there was like these shadow figures, and they told me to put my hand out. And when I put my hand out, the shadows just went through my palm. So I absorbed it in through my hand.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, but it's not easy because I get attacked a lot.
You get attacked a lot. So I would like to do something. Do you know much about my background?
No, this is my first day here.
Oh, welcome. I'm so proud of you for being here. So what I'd like to do for you, I am from the Ashtar Command. Have you heard of the Ashtar Command?
I heard.
I am from the Ashtar Command.
I'm actually a couple of breeds. I think I'm like 3 or 4 breeds.
Well, here's what I'd like to do. I came here from off planet, from Mars. I physically came here with a human. My parents are no longer here anymore. My physical human parents. I'd like to do something for you that will help you. If you may let me do it.
It's weird. This is like a deja vu. I feel like I've talked to you before.
You might have on another level off planet. But I'd like to do something as a gift to you. I'd like to give you a gift.
Okay.
I want you to close your eyes. I'm being compelled to do this, and I feel it's important to help you. So when you close your eyes, take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out of your nostrils. Do this 3 or 4 times, please. And when you're relaxed, let me know. And folks, what I'm going to be doing for her, because I am from off planet, I'm in the physical human experience like everybody else, but I also have a direct activated consciousness of my Ashtar beingness, which is from off planet. And I work in cosmic Christ consciousness. So we're going to do something for her. With all the work she's doing, we're going to help elevate something that's going to protect her. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, I'm going to switch my consciousness now. Everyone's going to see this. Folks that have watched my show know I switched my consciousness from talk show host to Ashtar Commander. So I'm switching it, bam, right now. Give me a moment. I'm going to do this. I do this remotely. What I'm going to do here, folks, some new people probably have never seen me do this, but if you stay long enough, you're going to see what I do. So in a moment, you will feel an energy, a wave of energy going into your brain. And when the heat starts building up in the palm of my hands, it's activated. and it's starting to get really warm, my palms. The energy is going to be shifted to where you are. And tell me when you feel something.
I feel something on the right side of my head.
Yes. Right side of your head, yes. What I'm doing now is I'm going to activate some things within your consciousness. I'm also going to put a bubble of protection around your body. Give me a moment. And for people watching this, this is something that I'm able to do physically from here remotely with her. Again, understand I'm working in Ashtar Command Consciousness right now. I'm not working in human consciousness right now. Also, we're going to protect you, putting a protection around you so that when you do transmute the energies that you're taking in, that you're protected. In truth, no one should have to absorb and transmute negative energies. So we're going to switch the energies around so you don't have to take all that in and transmute it. That's a lot of work to do for one person.
But it's my job, though. I'm one of 5.
Yes, you will still do it, but you're going to be protected. So when you do it, you're not going to get sick or anything. What I'm doing is I'm shifting the cellular molecular structure of your body. So when you do absorb those energies, you will not get a cold or get sick or feel down. You'll feel a little bit under the weather.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
When I get done doing this, as the days goes on, when you absorb those energies, you will not get sick.
Okay.
You're basically gonna be taking the energy and sending it back up to the Creator, directly to the Creator, transmuting it back up to the Creator itself. So you'll be zipping in and zipping out. You'll transmute it, but it'll be gone. You're not going to hold on to any of it, which is a good thing. You don't want to hold on to it anyway, right?
No.
You're a beautiful soul, dear.
Thank you. I was created when I think I was the first ones created. So I'm like an ancient soul.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, the mother energy told me who I was.
Beautiful. And the Anunnaki space being,
Mm-hmm.
There are other Anunnakis that you'll meet. You only met him, but there are other, he comes from a large civilization of people that have families just like human families. The Anunnaki work within the Ashtar Command levels, with the Ashtar Command.
Do you know of the tunnels?
Specifically, which tunnels?
So these tunnels connect to everything. So you could actually think of a place to go and you could go through it.
Tell us about the tunnels as I'm working on you. Please feel free to speak.
So, like, the first time I went, it's kind of funny because I didn't know I was going through a tunnel. So it was black. So I'm going through it, and then I took like another turn, and I ended up in someone's washroom.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and I can see them, and they can't see me.
That's interesting, isn't it? That is kind of funny, though. Huh? And you zoom back out.
Yeah.
You went into the washroom. They can't see you. You can see them washing in the washroom, and you go back out. Now, that's a funny story. That's funny.
But sometimes it's like random. Like I can't control it.
Yeah.
I ended up one time in like a cave, with all these people. Like I don't know why they're showing me these. Like they had like doctor's jackets. And there was one guy, he was wearing like a leather jacket. He was an older gentleman.
Yeah.
And they were in a cave, and there was this round thing with the water like in the middle. And they were all working on it. I was able to see that, and then I zoomed back out. Like it just
Wow.
It's like quick visions.
Well, you know what? You are, as I'm closing my eyes to read you, you are also able to travel into the etheric state and also into a Merkaba state.
The angel realms.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm a sheriffim.
You're a what now?
I'm something. I'm from the Hindu religion, so I don't know what this was when I was told, but I'm something called a sheriffim.
A sheriffin. So you were born you're from India originally?
No, Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka. Okay, beautiful. Sri Lanka. Very beautiful. How do you feel right now, by the way, since I'm still working on you and we're having a conversation?
My body is shaking, like it's vibrating.
Yeah. I'm doing a lot of work. I'm doing a lot of gifting here for you. Unconditional gifting, which is the way it should be. And I'm I got a lot of heat energy coming through.
I'm sorry. But even though I was told I was a sheriffim, I don't want to be misled. So until I remember who I am, I don't even want to believe that.
Right. Well, the way to look at it is this. Always go within, and whatever anyone else says, just always go within, because your inner guidance, your inner cosmic spirit will tell you who you are. But always listen to the inner guidance.
Well, what told me I was sheriffim was this female voice.
A female voice.
Like I was because in the beginning of my stages, I was frustrated, I was angry, I didn't know what was happening to me. And I was yelling out, like, I need to know if I'm being misused, because I kept seeing like cloaked people. And I was
when you saw cloaked people, who are these people? Are they space people? Who were they?
No, so they had like hoods, black hoods, and they would astral project to my house.
They would astral project to your house.
Yeah. And
so what did you do when that happened? So did you send them back? Did you say, no, you can't be here?
Yeah, they only appear once. So nothing appears more than once at my house. And then I found out, like, I was getting messages from these people I've never heard at that time, Freemasons.
Oh, Freemasons? I've heard of them.
They wanted to recruit me.
Oh, forget that. Don't even let that happen.
I just like ignored it. It's like the inside of me knew everything.
Yeah.
So the outside is blocked.
Yeah, the 3D world, just block it out.
Yeah.
What I'm doing for you is I'm amping up your cosmic consciousness. I'm going to do one last thing here. I'm going to amp up your cosmic consciousness. And what we're going to do is we're going to get you aligned to reconnect with the space people. You're connected to the space people of light. And so we're going to help you by doing this. Elevating your vibrational patterns and realigning your brain so you can actually have that contact. You already have the contact.
Yeah, I'm on Blu-ray,
Yeah, so we want to get you to refocus on your ray of light that you are. And not only in the space being the tall being, the Anunnaki, there are other space beings in the Anunnaki civilization, men and women, who you will eventually meet.
I haven't met them, but I didn't meet the peachy skin people or beings. They sit around this round table. And I met the blue skin. They kind of look, they're called the Arcturians.
Arcturians, yes.
Yeah, they're healers.
You have a connection with the Arcturians, by all means. You do.
Yeah.
You do. You know? Well, I'll tell you, we're getting up to almost 1:30, and I want to have you on again to tell more of your stories.
A lot of them are like paranormal. Like how my story started was like I do morning prayers, and in one of my morning prayers, after I do the prayer, I went outside and I was just looking at my garden, and in my garden was this a stroll, like an old metal stroll, and on it were there images of two Marys on it. That kind of confused me because I'm a Hindu,
Right.
and I was seeing Mary.
Well, when you let go of being a Hindu or being a
that's
Jewish
the thing.
person,
that's what I figured out. I'm like Mary and the goddess that I pray to, they're both the same energy. I'm just putting because I was brought in this 3D world, it takes some time to reprogram.
Oh yeah, it's a learning experience, isn't it? To let go of all the teachings from your culture, from your religion. And once you kick it all out of the window and you focus just on the galactic cosmic you, that's all you got to focus on, because everything else all the 3D stuff becomes.
I realize all the religions, okay, so this is my point of view. So I'm in an art class, and there is a statue, and everybody has to draw it. Everybody's not going to draw it the same way. So for me, God is the same. We all have different views and opinions on God, right? So we draw it in our image.
Right. But in truth, from being from off planet, from the Astral Command, I can tell you that the space people look at God as being one God, not many gods. That's the problem on Earth.
It's a pure plasma energy.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's a
definitely a beautiful being. I want to do one more thing for you. Can you close your eyes for a minute?
It's closed.
Oh, it is good. So we're going to be silent for a moment. I'm going to do one more thing for you, and this is going to be felt. You're going to feel this energy here. What I'm doing, folks, is I'm in my Ashtar Command mode, and I'm doing some elevated vibrational patterns of energy with her to elevate her frequencies. She's already there. She's a beautiful being of light. And Paul, I'll bring you up tomorrow night, Let me just do one more thing here. And then we'll have you say one or two things that you'll repeat after me. This will just basically put that protection.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go to sleep tonight, you will be able to take a moment of time within time and space to meditate. And you'll ask to connect with the space family that you're connected with. And if you do that telepathically, do this for a couple of nights. You do it for maybe a week.
The Galactians?
No. The Ashtar Command, which oversees all the galactic forces of light throughout the universe.
No, so we're gonna get orb outside my house. They call themselves the Galantians.
Okay, the Galantians. So if that's who you're connected with, you will call on them telepathically and communicate with them. And now you can ask since you're also connected with the Arcturians, that you wish to meet more of the larger parts of their galactic civilization, not just one person. And you can ask for that to occur within Christ consciousness. Mm-hmm. So when you meditate, you're going to talking with each other.
I'm not able to sleep it's been 2 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't sleep at night.
You can't sleep?
Mm-mm.
And why do you think that is?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I toss and turn. I'm always up. My heart rate is high.
Yeah. So what we're going to do tonight, before we end this healing energy that I'm doing, now that I know that, I'm going to shoot an energy into your consciousness that's going to allow you to sleep tonight.
Okay.
Okay. Give me a second. Now I'm shooting a calming energy into your brain area. We've already elevated the frequency. Now we're going to calm you down. calm you down. Take a deep breath. How do you feel now?
I'm calmer, but I'm sweating so bad.
Well, that's okay. I want you to say these words before we end the broadcast tonight.
Okay.
I am a cosmic Christed being.
I am a cosmic Christed being.
I am a beautiful being of light.
I am a beautiful being of light.
And I'm here to transform the planet.
I'm here to transform the planet.
And I'm doing it all right.
And I'm doing it all right.
And you're doing it all right. You are. I want to bless you. Dia, is it Dia or Dia?
Dia means light, and Eden means garden.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
There you go. I want to thank you for sharing your story.
Guard the Garden of Eden.
Oh, beautiful. You've been a great guest, a beautiful guest. I want to thank you so much for being here. And you know what? You can come on anytime you have any more information. I want you to keep in touch with me. Your assignment is to get in touch with them, to intercommunicate with them, and even see if they'll take you off planet to where they live physically.
I've been to the red planet.
Oh, you've been to Mars?
But I like when I came to, I didn't remember anything. But I've been in a vehicle that it's circular and it's like round and it goes extremely fast. And only I'm in the middle of it, like nobody else is inside.
Yes, I see. Yeah, I'm from Mars. I came from Mars to come here on Mission Earth. Mars has a inhabited planet with 10 to 15 million people, and they're all beautiful people of light. So we'll have to talk about the red planet with you one night.
But the thing is, this alien being one time showed up 3 o'clock in the morning. He was in this energy bubble, and he projected in my room, and he looked like how you would see like a snake with a face. Like it's just a face.
Okay.
It's a face, but it looked like snake-ish.
Okay, that's different.
He's like an oval face. Like his face is like geometrically perfect.
Wow.
And he spoke in my head, and he said only these words and vanished. He said, "Remember the sun."
He said, "Remember the sun?"
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then ever since that time, I've been sun gazing. Like I stare at the sun.
Well, the sun, and when you stare at the sun, you actually physically look at the sun?
Yeah.
And how does that affect your eyes?
Nothing.
Nothing happens, right?
No.
Wow. Very beautiful. We're going to have to talk to you more at an earlier time frame.
Okay.
So, all right. I want to thank you for coming on here.
Thank you.
And you're a blessing. My audience loves you. We send you a lot of love. And you're just a tremendous guest. I appreciate you as being our last guest, considering the wild night we've had so far.
Yeah.
It definitely was a calming thing to have you tell your story.
It's nice to share, so I could try to figure out what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm still in like the doubt and like confusion and like questioning.
Well, questioning is good, but don't be confused because as you watch this show, and my show's on usually at 11 o'clock at night. As you watch my show more and more, you're going to learn a lot of stuff. You can watch my previous shows on YouTube, Astro Command Spaceship News.
Okay.
That's my YouTube channel. All our shows are on there. Sometimes I have UFO footage on there too. But you can watch all the shows for the past number of weeks that have been on. So yeah, you're going to be amongst a lot of beautiful people here that are all over the world. And so welcome to the Encounters tribe here.
The thing is, because I don't have people around me to share it with.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just like I isolate myself like a hermit. I don't really leave the house. I just like stay inside.
Ah, okay. Well, you know what? Now you have over 200 people. Sometimes on my show, depending on the topic or whatever, we've had up to 500 people on the show at night. It varies, but we're always there, usually over 300 or up to near 300 or over that. So stick with us. You're part of the show here. And I know that you'll find a lot of answers here, no confusion. And especially with my teachings, being that I've been a contactee since the 60s and come from our planet, you're in the right place.
But thing is, like, my childhood, I have no memory of.
Yeah.
Like, everything's been wiped from my brain. I can only remember the present right now.
Right. Well, that's beautiful. If you can remember the present, that's all that really matters, right?
Yeah.
What's going to happen now and what's going to happen in the future.
It's like they don't want me to, like, revisit my past because I had a traumatic, like, beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they blocked it, so I don't have to.
They're protecting you. The space people are protecting you that you're connected with. And they're doing the right thing. I mean, why should you have to go back through trauma when we have a beautiful world that we're coming into?
Right.
You know what I mean? Okay, Dia. I want to thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Many blessings to you.
You too.
And have a great, and you're now part of our Encounters family. Let me read it down here. It's now 1:31. It's really late. We've gone tomorrow night at 11, and we're going to go to 12:30. We're trying to do an hour and a half show, a little bit longer than I expected. I want to thank everybody for the gifts, all the stuff you've been doing. Now, wait a minute. I still have 5 hats left before we do anything else. Those 5 hats are sitting on the shelf with a mustache. So I need to get that completed. I need to complete my mission of the hat with the mustache tonight. They have 5 more available. Bonnie, Paul, Tahar, Brenna, Tahar to you. Tahar again. Jennifer, thank you for the heart me. We appreciate it. And yeah, definitely people can check out Friends with Fairies when I go to sleep. She's live. And so, Tahar, everybody. Angel, thank you. Sonia, Tahar again. I feel like a pirate when I say it that way. How many more hats do I have left? Do I have any hats left? We still have some hats. 3 more to go. 3 more to go. I have 3 more hats. Belladonna, we're going to have to get you on the show here so I can help you. Ahoy, matey. I tried to do something different. How many hats do I have left? 10. I have 2 more to go. Debbie. Ahoy, Debbie. I sound like a pirate. I think I can pull it off. 1 more hat to go before I go. 11 hats taken. 1 more on the shelf. Just sitting there waiting for somebody. I'll do a pirate impression if I get that other hat before I go. We have 1 hat left. Are you going to let that hat sit there all alone? Not to be given to some beautiful person? I can't believe it. 1 hat's left, and we have 260. Brenna, ahoy, matey. Thank you. Thank you very much. You all been great. And I do have a sense of humor, folks. You know, I could have been a contender, but I decided not to be. Well, anyway, I love you all. I want to thank you all for being here. If you want to check out another wonderful live, join my friend over on Friends with Fairies 11. Oh, I think it's it under 1111 or 2020, 2222. Anyway, definitely a fan. Thank you for being here, everybody. I enjoyed all of you. We've had some great questions. We've had a crazy night, and it's been a crazy show in a good way. Dubaloo, good to have you with us. Thank you for your acknowledgement of the show. Jody K. And all the famous people out there. I know some of you are actors and actresses. I know you're famous, but it's okay. I hope to be in a movie someday called Encounters, the story of encounters. That would be a great movie. Coming to a theater near you, right? There you go. Love and light to everybody else. Many blessings. We will definitely see you tomorrow night. I got to get ready to get some sleep. And keep your eyes to the sky. September 14th, Saturday night in Connecticut and Madison, we're having our Ashtar Command contact gathering. So if you're interested and you're in the region, email me. On my main page, there's a contact email if you're going to come to the Ashtar Command CE5 event. Take care, everybody, and we'll catch you later.